Hello and welcome to Uptown tonight. It is, what is it today? November 9th, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right after Election Day, but we're definitely not going to talk politics today.
No,
this is all about fun stuff in the FM area. I am your host, Mr. Wayne Stollenfacher, or Discount Tom Brady, or Tom Cruise, or whatever you want to call me this week. I was called Tom Brady again last week.
Really?
I don't get this. Where do they come up with this crap? I think they're just messing with me. But today we got Mr. Peter, the Lord Wilbur. But sorry, I've just realized that to be a lord, you have to actually own property in Scotland. But there is a thing out there you can like own 1 square foot of property and
Yeah.
get your lordship. So
I want to get that for my uncle.
Get that for your uncle.
He would love. Yeah,
Sounds like a Christmas gift to me.
I don't know. He would love that.
And we also have Rachel Meyer here tonight.
Hello.
Yes, this is going to be great. I have this first time I ever met you. Everything else, I don't know much about anything other than the ukulele you have right down there.
Heck yeah.
So, well, but first we got to talk about me because, I'm the boring one. So we got to get through that real fast first. So we're going to get to our weekend fun here and to F1. There we go. Oh, yes, we have JoJo Mayer still up for grabs. Again, that's Peter Niblok in my podcast, actually second podcast. It's a great DVD for any of those drummers out there looking to get their hands going again. This is the DVD that we bonded over Best Buy 1 billion years ago. But basically, all you got to do in the comments or anywhere else you can get a hold of us, just tell me which brand of drum set that Peter Niblok first bought. It's actually the same one that I bought the first time in my life too. So it's actually kind of cool. No one's guessed it yet. I have had a bunch of guesses yet, but that's that. Yeah. So go ahead and give it a shot. Maybe Rachel wants a shot at it too. We'll ask later in the podcast here.
Yeah, I guessed it wrong.
Yep. And we do have merch now, Uptown t-shirts. So basically you got to find us on stage, and you'll find us this week at Crooks and Crookston. If you're out there in the Crookston area and want to help us out, keep us on the road, buying all that new gas and stuff. Gas prices are awesome. That definitely helps out. So definitely come and get some merch. And then we go to the next one.
Here?
Oh, yeah. There we go. So last week we were at the Diamond. So I took a little quick video, which I had to pirate for myself in order to get it on here. But there it is. And there's Keaton. Keaton's the newest member of Uptown.
I like how he dodges.
Yeah, he's just a little cutie, that's all. Yeah. So great keyboard player, definitely a lot of fun, a lot of energy with that kid. Love having him around. And now we got the new Dan Brecky's Beard Challenge.
As inspired by this year's No Shave November, we proudly bring you Dan Brecky's epic Battle of the...
Then right below that, click on that, and there's our battle this week. I'm not saying who is B and who is A, but basically what I need you to do is in the comments below, either put A or B. We need a vote. We need a vote. And also, if you want to be a part of Dan Brecky's epic beard battle, you'd probably like a beer battle too. For No Shave November, send us your picks. Just make sure that they're TVG. We don't want anything that's too incriminating or anything else. So yeah, beard, mustache, eyebrows. I don't really care other than the TVG part. Send them on in. We'll put you in on there too. We'll have you battle against Dan Brecky's epic beard. Just love that thing. It's the inspiration why I'm trying to grow mine out. My daughter caught me last night with this and told me to shave it right away. She thinks it's disgusting. That's okay, pigs. You don't have to look at it. So that's all we got for you this week. So vote below, A or B. And we'll tell you next week who the winner is, and I'll win, one of us will win a broken drumstick or something. All right, so enough about me and us and all the other stuff. Let's get to Rachel over here. So how you been? And thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, this is great. This is absolutely great. I've seen your name around quite a bit and everything else. Just I keep talking about myself. I'm a recluse when it usually comes to going out. Peter knows this. I keep saying, I'm going to go out with you. I got to go out with you. I think we did it once. And I was kind of trapped at the time. And but Peter was absolutely correct. I should be going out on all that stuff. So we need to know a little bit more about Rachel here. So, just for putting on a few things, I know a few things about your past and everything else. And you're definitely one of the younger people in the area.
Absolutely.
So that hold none of that against you. Music comes from all sorts of ages and tiers and everything else. So tell us a little about yourself.
Well, just like how I got into music, I suppose, is at a young age, I failed at sports. So my mom put me on piano lessons.
Failed at sports?
Yes.
What? So
Yep,
what'd you try for sports?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
I played everything too.
So my mom put me in piano lessons at like age 8, and
8?
it just hasn't stopped.
Stopped you about 3rd grade.
Yeah, something like that.
That's exactly when I got started too. When did you get started, Peter?
12.
12?
Yep.
So a little late bloomer, but still. Yeah. You heard my epic piano playing on that Dan Brecky thing, so.
Right.
I recorded that this afternoon in the living room.
Nice.
So yeah, and then
So that's how you got started, was piano?
Piano. So piano's still my main instrument, even though I like play ukulele all the time.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't know that about me, but as I've gotten like longer gigs and whatnot, I'm like, oh, I might as well add piano because I can do that.
So you have to carry around a piano then too with you? Or?
I have a keyboard that I've acquired.
Yeah, so you're learning that with Keaton, and when he I think he figured it out too. He tried to bring out the triple decker, and now he's back down to 2.
Yep.
Pretty quick. The same thing with drums is that I started out with the the ginormous kit. Now I'm down to like, do I really need this? And I'm basically at where I feel comfortable the most with the least amount of gear. So yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I just had to poke that at you.
So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of how I started. I guess in 2021, I decided to go to an open mic night. Right, that was January of 2021, and then I just didn't stop. I was like, oh, I really like this whole performing thing.
Which open mic? Do you remember?
It was at Front Street with Travis.
Oh, and Mr. Niroso, yes. Very good. So that's how you got started? You just went out there and just played a couple tunes?
Yeah.
Well,
with my ukulele.
Okay.
I always wanted to like play music and stuff, but I just didn't know like how do I go about that. And I was really shy at the time, but now it's like okay, like it's just me doing my thing.
That's the best attitude yet. Love that. So let's bring you back though. It's just like, where did you come from originally? Because you're not from Fargo.
No,
I know
I'm not from Fargo. I say I'm from Fargo, and I'm not. I'm from Alexandria, Minnesota.
That's fair. Because when I was in Texas, is like if I try to explain Moorhead, they didn't get that. I just kept saying Fargo, and they just kept asking me why I didn't talk that way, and I'm like, but I didn't see the movie at the time, so it confused me.
So yeah.
So Alexandria.
Yep, and then I came to Moorhead because I went to school at MSU Moorhead. So
went to school.
I graduated back in May.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got it all done already.
Yeah.
Nice. Nicely done. What did you graduate, or what was your degree?
So I have a bachelor's of science in audio engineering.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah.
So you're definitely in the right path then.
Absolutely. I always say I accidentally became an audio engineer because I went to school.
Accidentally. I love
Yes.
this. Okay. There's a story here.
There's a story. There's always a story with me. I wanted to be a musician and a performing musician, so I was like, perfect. I'll go to school to learn how to record songs, release them, and then figure it out from there. And so I became an audio engineer.
That's not dumb. Not dumb. I look at the board over here, and that thing's just mystical. I don't get it. Yeah, it gets me in trouble. That's basically what it does. What's this knob do? Usually not good. Yeah. Oh, so that's cool. But what'd you come up originally for then?
That's what I came to school for.
Okay, so you're shopping around. You're just like MSUM. That's my place to go, just to stay in state, or.
Yeah, it was an option. I don't know. There's not really options here in Minnesota, I suppose.
Okay.
So my mom told me one day, it was like my senior year of high school, fall, senior year, and she's like, hey, there's this school up in Moorhead, you should go check it out. I'm like, okay, fine, on a day off from school, like school break or whatever. She's like, let's go up. And I'm like, okay. And then I fell in love with the school instantly.
Yeah, excellent.
So now here I am somehow.
I was a dragon in 1994. Yeah, I think it was 94 to spring of 95. And I had enough of that. Then I got on out. But that's about me. I digress. So did you do anything in like high school? With music?
I was in choir all the time.
Choir, okay.
Big choir kid.
See,
I tried theater.
I wish that somebody pushed me in the choir. I just kept thinking that's what the girls do, back in that old Gen X version days, And then I get to the college, and most of the music stuff, you have to sing your parts and all that other.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm still terrible at it. Peter doesn't quite know that yet, but
Aw.
there's a reason why they don't allow me to sing on stage. And I usually just kind of cut myself off on that.
If you set up your own mic, you'd be a singer. You
Yeah, but there you go. I have to set up my own mic.
know? That's it. Oh,
Just not going to happen. All right, so you did choir. Anything else?
I did a little bit of theater, but not a lot. I find this really funny. I would do a lot of behind those scenes work, like the tech side of theater.
Gotcha.
And I absolutely, I didn't want anything to do with audio when it came to theater. I'm like, don't let me near the audio board. That scares me.
Exactly.
I'm going to mess it up.
That is scary.
And then the fact that I have an audio engineering degree, I'm like, well, how the tables have turned.
Well, that's awesome. So you write your own songs and all that other fun
Yeah.
stuff? How'd you get started with all that?
I have no idea. I just started writing in high school. I was like, why not? They're absolute trash.
Well, that's how
never
you start.
revisit
You can't
those.
start with
I
something
know.
good.
True. So yeah, and then in college I just kind of continued to write, and then when I added my music minor, my commercial music minor, I that's where I really noticed my songwriting got better, was because I actually understood music to a greater extent.
Oh, so there you go. So you can actually start putting things together
Yeah.
instead of just that chord sounds okay with this one. I don't know how many years I've done that.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh, so cool. So do you have any albums out, any releases, all that fun stuff?
So in 2021, I went kind of in a deep dive into recording, and I was like, hey, I have this group of songs I wrote in the span of a couple months, and I was like, might as well turn that into an EP.
Okay.
So October 22nd of 2021, I released an EP, my debut EP. It's called Neon Lights, on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places.
Yeah, go find that right now.
I have the CD.
The CD,
there was a
physical copies
CD.
even.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
Awesome.
I don't, how many did I make? I think I made 50 or something, or
Ooh,
maybe
limited
100.
edition.
Yes.
You better
Right.
get that signed, Peter.
Yes.
So there's not many out, but got that into a CD because I was really proud of the work. It's self-produced, so it could be better, but the production side of it could be better. But
That's what makes the early stuff from any artist really fun. You
Yeah.
go back and you hear their first recordings, and you're just like, oh, wow, that isn't that polished thing that you heard 3 recordings later and they got $1 million behind them. So I always think that's the fun part.
Yeah.
So, no, that's very cool. It's only 50 of them. Wow.
Yep.
I might have to see if I can find one from you as well. But so you went the EP route. I notice a lot of people, I don't know, just getting into the business side of it, a lot of people nowadays are just releasing one a month or every other week or something like that in order to kind of span out how far that each song can carry that or carry whatever it is, and then basically at the end then they have the EP that's up on
Yeah.
Spotify or whatever you have going on. So is that kind of how you did, or you
No,
just
I
dump
had-
it all and
I
just
was
say,
like, here it is. Here is a collection of my emotions, and here you go.
that is brilliant. Here's a collection of my emotions. I'm stealing that one,
Go for it.
even though I don't have much emotions into anything. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you still writing then, or do you do?
I'm still writing.
Is this kind of like a discipline for you, or? It's
Yeah,
just-
I'm still writing. Probably not as often since I call it my big girl job, big adult job. So I don't get to
Boring.
write as, I know, right?
Yep.
Not as often, but I'm still writing, and I have things planning. They're brewing. They're sitting there.
Ah.
Ready. Yep.
Can you give us any kind of clues on these, or is this all still?
One of them has no instruments in it, but I'm very excited about
No
it.
instruments.
There's no instruments in the song.
Really?
I just did a lot of
I'm
humming in
curious.
the back of ground, and I don't know, I think it sounds cool. And that's just that's in the works of
Hey,
being released soon. So I'm excited about that.
music is just the organization of sounds. It's all it really is.
It really is.
Yep. So that's cool. That's cool. So, what are some of the first songs that you wrote? What was going through your head while you're writing that?
Oh God.
And
I
why
don't
would you
know.
want to do that? Did you want to ever get caught with it?
I don't know. I
Because
was
to me, it'd be kind of like a diary. You start writing down stuff.
Literally.
It is,
Kinda-
yeah.
I know if it's more emotionally driven and everything else.
No, the stuff that I wrote in high school, I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I
none of us
honestly
did.
didn't I'm I don't care to really visit those ever because, again, like we were saying earlier, like it's not good. It's like no, we don't need to visit that again. But yeah, I don't know. I don't visit my like early stuff, but I enjoyed writing, I suppose, and it's just kind of a way for me to figure out my own brain.
Okay. So was it like during school times in that study hall or in math class or something?
No, it was in my times that I just like would sit at a piano. I just
serious? Okay.
Comes...
So do you have brothers or sisters then?
Yeah, I have a younger sister.
A younger sister.
She's also
and she allowed this to happen.
So yeah, she's also musically inclined though.
Oh,
so it's kind of fun.
That's good.
She's let's see, I've recorded her a couple times for some tunes that are out there.
What'd she play then?
She plays violin and guitar and sings. So that's her thing. So on occasion, she'll like when she comes visit me in Fargo, we'll like go to open mic night together and stuff, which is fun.
Do the duos, the duets.
We actually don't. Us doing a duet is a rare thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you just kind of
Yeah.
support each other as you go up.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
exactly. I mean, maybe at a family gathering, she'll like bring her guitar and start playing. I'm like, oh, I'll just jump in on harmonies when I feel like it.
Oh,
But
there you
that's
go.
about as far as a duet as we get.
So I was just wondering, like, do you guys do covers then, or is it something you've worked out together? That's what I was going for, but
covers. Yep.
Covers?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of covers?
I don't know.
Just
Whatever's in her book.
whatever's in her. Okay.
Yeah.
So favorite artist?
My favorite artist, let's see. I take a lot of inspiration from Dodie. She's an artist from London.
You have to explain this one because I am not familiar.
Nobody is ever familiar. So
That's fine.
She's an indie pop artist. So
Okay. Dodie, Dodie.
IE. Yes.
Okay.
And she got her start on YouTube with her ukulele, which I think is kind of funny because I now play an ukulele.
Yes, we haven't even got into that yet. It looks like your main instrument's the ukulele. So,
yeah,
where did that come from?
When
I
you
know
heard
why it
the
would come from
ukulele?
me. Yeah, it's just why would you just grab that instrument?
Well, in high school, my parents gifted my sister and I an ukulele, and then I brought it with me to college.
She
and
even said it right. I learned that
Right.
IMC. Yeah, there was ukulele, no ukulele.
hmm And my parents got us a ukulele, and I was like, oh, I'll just bring it with to college because why not? And yep, that's just how
It became the belle of the ball.
And so I just kind of fiddle around on it on occasion, and then again when I found out about that open mic night, I was like, well, it's easier to bring a ukulele than it is to bring a piano.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's just like my piccolo idea. It would be so easy to carry a ukulele around.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your first song you played on open night?
Oh my god, what did I play? I don't even know.
Oh.
I do know, but I like know it in the moment when I'm like playing through tunes. You
Yep.
know, like when I'm performing, then I'm like, oh yeah, fun story that I just remembered, you know, things like that. So I have no idea what I played that first night.
Ah.
I probably have it written down somewhere.
Full-fledged entertainer here. Well, what's your favorite ones to play on there? Basically, my whole thing, my only ukulele songs that I even have any kind of relevance to is from the Pink Guy. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not suggesting that you do. So, he gets kind of creepy. I'll just say that.
So
my son showed me that, so. Yeah, he's an edgelord.
Some of my favorite songs, it kind of depends. Like, right now, I took a song from a small artist, an independent artist. She plays it on the piano, and I was like, hey, can I get the chords to this? I want to turn it into a ukulele tune. So it's called House on the Corner. And then another one of my favorites right now to play is I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. But particularly when I play it with my significant other, and he plays on the cajon as well. So it's kind of a fun little, like,
nice.
duo I've kind
There
of
we
started doing, I guess.
Yeah, you need to do.
Yeah.
That makes that connection even better.
I know, right?
Yeah. Basically, I got back into concert band, wind ensemble. I shouldn't mock it, but apparently it's becoming something that's really, really up there. They've been really talking it up lately. The Lake Agassiz Wind Symphony, and my significant other finally got a flute part in there, and so then I went and standing in the back now, playing my percussion-y stuff, as I was mocking last time, and just go back and play my triangle. And I did get a triangle part.
Did you?
Yes,
Nice.
yes. And the guy was so nice to me. I have 5 dedicated bass drum parts. And everyone's like,
What?
that sounds boring. And I'm just like, that is awesome. All I have to do is worry about one big drum, and that is it. Thank you, Andy. It's all I'm going to say. If you're ever watching this, thank you. Okay. No, but that's one of the things that we're getting closer together just by doing stuff like that, playing to get in the same wind ensemble. So, so being able to hang out with your significant other and being able to do all that. I know Peter used to do that also.
I did, yeah.
You go out and have the duels and stuff going down. That just looks like a lot of fun. Because I know we're talking about doing like a fife and drum thing, which no one does around here. So she's been researching it quite a bit. But I'm just like, well, you're the lead singer here, so you got to get all your stuff together. I'll come up with a dang drum. That's easy, but. So yeah, sorry, taking over everything again.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, where do you plan on going with all this then? Are you just
don't
keep
know.
throwing things against the wall, hoping something sticks, or?
Yeah, I guess I just kind of like performing and traveling and stuff. Like I'm hoping to get into the cities more often, get out of Fargo, unfortunately, but like we still got time. I'm sticking around here for a while, so it's just like slowly getting. Right now, I want to slowly work on getting my foot in the door in bigger cities, bigger venues.
Gotcha. So how you plan on doing that? If you want to give up any of your secrets, or
I have no idea.
no idea?
No
you have
idea.
friends down there or anything? Or
I have a friend who lives down there, and she's a nurse, so she's not going to be any help to me other than being a couch to sleep on.
Oh, there you go. Maybe you go play at the hospital once in a while.
There we go.
It gets the name out. It does, Mr. Pass No Cards. Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some of your photos since we're
Oh,
sitting
gosh.
here doing this. Because, this first one, you already saw it. I was just like, I think I get it, but it's just so awesome.
I want to know what your interpretation of it is, or what you think is happening.
Oh, here.
I'll tell the story, and then you'll tell me if I'm correct. I like this. Yep, right there. And see, we're standing in the bathtub. Right along that. So we're looking for the natural reverb of the room.
Of course.
And that's the area we're going to be, and we're going to sing towards the mirror, I'm assuming.
No, I was just singing into the microphone in that scenario, but
Okay.
I like the bathroom reverb in there. It made it into, I don't know what song I was recording there, to be completely honest, but I know the track did get into the recording. I think it was just kind of one of those, it just adds a little extra background kind of stuff.
Exactly. You get that essence.
Mm-hmm.
However you want to say it or whatever else, but you look so serious.
I honestly thought it was funny. I'm like, the fact that I'm standing in a bathtub right now recording, I found funny. So I was like, I have to capture this.
Yeah, Ricky Alonso says, yo, bathrooms have dope reverb.
Heck yeah.
Yo, Ricky. Let's go to the next one.
So that was at MSUM actually. I got
Dragons Got Talent.
Yeah, I was like senior year. I was like, might as well like participate in this because I like perform music and such. So I performed.
Good idea.
I was like, I should probably do this.
I'm an entertainer. Yes, let's go out and do
They've
this.
actually asked me like since then, like, hey, can you play this other thing and can you play this other thing? So,
Exactly. Yeah.
And then somehow that's how today I was just playing over there because they're like, hey, can you play again at this series that we're doing? And I'm like, sure. So
Great.
Oh, that photo. That photo's taken probably like a year ago, like this weekend, honestly.
Oh, wow.
And that got put on the family Christmas card.
Really?
My mom told me, I was home for a weekend, and she goes, Rachel, I want a photo of you for the Christmas card with your ukulele. Maybe like hold your EP too, and I'll mention that in the Christmas card. And I was like, okay. So that's the story behind that. And I'm like, that's actually a really cute photo. So yeah, that's nothing too special about that one.
Too special. It's on a Christmas card.
True.
Made the cut.
And that's my graduation photos from this, from the spring, May, yeah. And
I was wondering how fresh they were. I was just like, this
Yeah.
looks really like it just happened. But I'm just like,
yeah, it happened in May, which is crazy.
it's like got through that fast. Wow.
Yeah, it was a 4-year program. It went by super, super quickly, which is crazy to me. But it was really fun, and college was something I would never want to do it again. But like, I appreciate everything that happened. Like, I don't need to relive every moment, but I love everything that happened.
Well, I'll have to agree. It's basically like I've been to 3 different colleges and should have basically a doctorate. But the last time I went, they said it was going to take 5 years to get out, and that's just the music education degree.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me almost 8.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, some things happened along the way, but yeah. And yeah, I can just say about the last 2 years, I had enough. I didn't want to be those first few years, though. Wow, that was fun. Old, had money, could actually like do things. Oh yeah, It was great.
No comment.
And where is this?
That
I know I've seen this before, but I have no idea where it's at.
That's going to be in Baudette, Minnesota.
That's it.
Yep.
Baudette.
Yep.
Yes.
It's actually Baudette.
Baudette.
So my friend Alexis Halstenskard, who's from War Road, told me, Rachel, you're going to say Baudette or otherwise they're going to boo you.
Oh.
I was like, okay. So Baudette, Minnesota. That was this July. I had a gig 3 hours in War Road and then 3 hours in Baudette.
Nice.
So, yeah, and ended up
the way north tour.
I know, right? I was way north and ended up getting a long weekend with my family as well. They tagged along. So that was really fun for me because then my family also got to see me perform for the first time. I was like, I had been performing for like a year by then. I'm like,
really?
Oh, you haven't seen me do my thing yet. So that was really fun too. And then that is from my EP cover, actually.
Oh, there we go.
It was right downtown Fargo. Sammy's Pizza logo. It was, I don't know, that was a cool shot we got out of that. I'm like, that's perfect for the cover.
It's all about the lighting, yep.
It really is. And then that is from my time on Prairie Musicians.
So 90s in the back. I swear to God, I have that in my senior pictures. I swear to God.
So, Prairie Musicians, my episode released in, let's see, it was February 17th, I want to say, of this past year. And I'm going to check my calendar right now because I want to say it's like a year ago today that I actually filmed the episode.
Oh, really?
We're really darn close. It was the beginning of November. So I'm going to see it. Let's see. It was November 11th was when I filmed the episode.
A couple of days off.
Just a couple.
Yep.
But yeah.
So that would be Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's November 11th.
Yeah, so I was on Prairie Musicians, which I'm so thankful for that I had that opportunity.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I haven't actually watched the episode, and I'm never going to.
Really?
Yeah!
Sounds like me. I don't want to see myself.
Exactly. I don't want to see myself perform. I don't want to, hear it back. I get it. I record my own music and stuff, but, that's in, such a controlled environment, and I know what I'm producing and stuff. Where this, I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that back.
Wow. We were at open mic one time. Travis Nero was over at Jumping Raft. And I can't remember who was playing, but the TVs are up above.
Oh yeah.
And it was your thing playing on the TV.
That was the night it released. That's when it first went up. And Travis was like, "Hey Rachel, I'm gonna put that up on the TV because I think we should all support you." And I was like, "Okay, sweet. Thanks. You don't have to do that." That's why that was up on the screen.
Okay.
No,
Travis, you're the.
He really is. He's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, "I want to put that up because that's exciting." I was like, "Okay." So that's the story behind that.
Right on. So you had to kind of see it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I didn't mind that it was just kind of on there and we weren't listening to it. I was like, that's okay.
There you go. That's a caveat.
That's from, I want to say the spring. I was taking photos I just wanted more promotion photos and stuff. So my significant other, he's not only a percussionist, but he's also a photographer. So I don't know how I got so lucky, but he's like, let's just take some photos. I'm like, awesome. So that was just a fun one that
Well, that's a great one. It looks like you're having so much fun right there and everything else. It pulls everyone in. It's a great photo, plus the contrast between. I'm just breaking down the game film here.
Right.
Just that the grass between the red and all that. It's a great picture.
Yeah, I love it.
Then we're back in the bathroom. Back in the bathroom. Okay, so what are some places that you would like to play? Do you have anything kind of picked out that you're trying to get into, or?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I have my dream venues.
Yes, exactly.
Oh gosh.
You
I
gotta
don't know.
think big if you're not gonna.
And that's
gonna get there.
exactly. I do think big. That's almost my issue.
Well,
But I don't know. I
and
mean,
you
I'm
could
gonna work
share
my way
or
there.
just gonna keep
venues
that
in
to
the
yourself
cities.
for-
Yeah, we're gonna work our way there. I read a poem or something at one point that was like, it's just one of those like, I don't know what it said, but it was something of like surprise them, you know, kind of thing of like, you don't have to tell them what you're working on, just show them. And I was like, I really like that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you don't have that. It doesn't set an expectation for yourself in that like, hey, she said she was going to do this someday. Like, it almost feels like I'm not going to like disappoint myself. It's just, it's going to, whatever I accomplish, I'm going to be happy with kind of thing. And nobody's going to say I told you so to me. So it's just like,
They're gonna do that anyways. Just gotta ignore all that. Ignore all that.
but yeah.
That also goes the other way is if you don't tell somebody what you're planning on doing, then it gives you the out of not having to do it at all.
That is true.
That's just like how this podcast started. Now it was over a year ago now, but I remember going on Facebook and I was like, I was really cringing because I had the whole idea. I was getting this room all put together and everything else, and then I just finally, it's like, if I don't write it and put it out there that I'm doing this, it's probably not going to happen. So I wrote it down. Okay, it's going down official. I'm going to start this podcast up in a couple of weeks, and da-da-da-da-da. Here we are. We're number 88. 88 in a
Wow.
row. So we're getting up to 100 here. Get to our
Nice.
I don't know what we do for the 100th episode.
You should make
Yeah.
it like, what if you made it more of like a live thing? Like,
I always
I get
thought
that
of
this
that.
is live, but like,
Yeah.
you have an audience, have a live audience.
Get out with
kind of
Travis Nidros or something.
Yeah, there you
Hanging
go.
out the Front Street. It's Front Street, right?
Yeah, Front Street.
Okay, making sure. I always get those mixed up. Front Street and Side Street.
Side Street's the past, yeah. It's gone. Or, well, no, I think they're doing it again. Like,
Are they?
have music again, but
Hmm.
I used to play there all the time with Pat Lennertz and them. Like, I was, you know, one of the co-hosts or whatever.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, it just ended one day. And it was too bad
It's
because it was
just-
such a fun thing. It was like a full band jam, you know. Like, there's
Mhm.
nobody does that anymore. Like, the Windbreak used to do it, and they quit doing it.
Yeah, we need more jams.
Yeah. I like open mics, but sometimes I like when, you know, there's more
Yeah.
Mhm.
instruments to play and stuff.
A little more production, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, sound guy.
Mhm.
And all that. So where do you play around town?
On occasion I'll go to the Front Street like open mic nights.
Yep.
And then I don't know, like I've played gigs there. I don't even Drunken Wrath when they were around, I played there a lot
Yes.
and stuff, but I don't know, I find like the most random places outside of Fargo somehow. So I'm like,
There's
okay.
nothing wrong with that.
I actually, let's see, it was August. I was out in Duluth. I found it was called like,
Duluth. That would be a
I know.
great trip.
It,
I'd love
oh
it.
my
just
god,
went
it was
there.
amazing.
I just went there a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's just like I was at Disney World a couple weeks ago. I was like, why were you there?
But I found this place called Wusso's Music Cafe, and I walk in there not knowing a single person. I contacted them about, hey, like, I'd love to perform, and they're like, hey, we're having a singer-songwriter night, and I was like, awesome.
That's
Don't
how
know
you do it.
anybody. Come to find out, one dude who's there, he, like, has a connection to Fargo. He's, like, from Fargo or something. Another dude went to, like, actually the owner is from my hometown, and I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. But it was like, once I found that out, I'm like, okay, now I don't feel so like awkward in this space. I was like, okay, we're good. It's just like,
You're gonna find out the world is a lot smaller. than
yeah,
you think
it
is.
really is. I was
Start
like,
talking to people and it's just like, you know them,
Exactly.
you know that. How? It's like, how's all this
exactly.
connected? But
Yes.
no, and that's also an omen for you that yes, that web is out there. You just gotta go
Exactly.
explore. So
Exactly.
no, that's cool that you just called them up, basically
Yeah.
cold called and got in.
Literally, that's how I
Nice.
get like all my gigs. It feels like, cause I just
Well, that's
kinda
how you
cold call.
start. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And as long as you do good, yeah, they want you back.
exactly. Now that I've like have a few more connections, you know, it's like try to use those to my advantage in a way of like, hey, I saw this person was playing and whatnot. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
And then you sell a lot of merch out of your trunk, then,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Off the trunk of the
Totally.
car, the old school. All right, we need to get to this week's weekly report. So, Peter, you want to do this one, or?
Let's do it.
All right,
I'll be Tito.
Peter.
By the way, Keaton says hi.
Keaton, how you doing, man?
And Ricky, I'm sorry I can't keep up your comments, but
Ricky!
thanks for participating.
Shout out to Ricky.
All right, what do we got here? Dempsey's open.
Oh,
mic
who
News
put
hours.
A as the epic beard? I swear.
Friday, 11th, 14. Is that anything? 14?
Poishin.
14?
Yep.
All right. At the aquarium, acronym, Midnight Cruise, DJ affiliation, Chalupa.
You have the greatest names at the aquarium.
I actually played there, fun fact.
Nice.
Nice place to play, yeah.
It's great.
You know,
Sound up there's good.
I wish there was more table into it.
I agree.
Right?
You gotta get you on the floor, man. That's where the energy is, on the floor.
On the floor. Okay, there's couches and pillows.
It's like the old First Ave in Fargo.
Oh, yeah, I played there. Yeah.
Oh, man. I played there too many times.
Did you?
Oh, gosh. I had like a room for ourselves up in the upstairs.
Oh, wow.
room, yeah.
I played like twice.
Almost every Tuesday night. Woo, for 3 people, yep.
All right, fan mode, Braille body on Saturday the 12th at the aquarium. And we got the DFW back for more Friday through Saturday, 11 and 12. DFW West Fargo, so Veterans Concert Band on Friday the 11th.
Yep. That's for Veterans Day.
Oh, and Minot, yeah, the Tom Petty tribute, Free Falling, that's on after that. That's interesting. Laughing Sun Brewery and Bismarck Man Band.
Our favorite brewery in the Man Band Bismarck area, right? We've never played there.
I know, I want to play there. Danny Savage, one-man band, Thursday the 10th. Prairie Road, Friday the 11th. McMahon Brothers and Friends, Saturday the 12th. Uptown at Chris Club, wow.
Who are they?
Who are they?
Man,
Diamond Lounge.
anyone can
Airport.
get on here.
Yeah, really. We were just at the Diamond, too. Killer Soundscape on Friday, Saturday, 11th and 12th. Zorba, Detroit Lakes, R&R, Roman and Rick. Windbreak, 2 weeks notice on Thursday.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night. Tripwire on Friday. Good for Gary on Saturday. So. Shooting Star, Monoman, Asphalt Cowboy, Mustang Lounge.
That's a great name.
I know, right? That's the weirdest gig, like up above the bar. And people, if they want to request something, they can't talk to you, so they write the request down on a napkin and they crumple it up around like a beer cap,
Okay.
so it has some weight, and they throw it up to you. And you have to like go grab them from the edge of the stage there. Some of them don't make it up there. You see people trying to throw them and they don't get up there.
Does it land on the bar then?
Yeah,
It's like
like
right
right
below
on the bartender.
Or bartender.
All right. All right, Southtown, Floorhouse in Grand Forks, October Road on Friday, and Tripwire on Saturday. At the TAC, Free Fallen, Tom Petty tribute again.
Looking there too.
Get around,
Coming
yeah.
through.
Sanctuary, Sweetwater Band with Low Standards, Mom of the Teenagers, Dang It, Saturday 12th. Shields Arena, Brett Kirsch,
Bert Kreischer.
Kircher?
Yeah.
Wow,
He's great.
I know nothing.
He's coming back in like February. No, he's going up to Reinforced in February.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's someone I want to see. I just don't. He's got his big jokes, the machine. So you gotta check it out on YouTube.
Ah.
Yeah, the guy is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, November 9th, Rich Lauren, Murphy's Pub.
Happening right now.
Thursday, November 10th, Crop Dusters with JC Jones, Kyle Colby with Midtown Tavern.
I actually just saw Kyle in my hometown. I was home on Friday.
Oh, is he from Alexandria too?
No,
No, he's
he
just
just
there.
happened to be playing a gig,
Oh, nice.
and so I had a little date night with my mom, and I was like, "Hey, want to go to this brewery?" And I know a guy playing. And she's like, "Okay."
I know the act. Yeah, we'll get you backstage.
All right, Friday, November 11th, Just Divine with the Swing Barrel Brewing. And Jim White at Tailgaters. And Saturday the 12th, Brianna Helbling at Silver Spike, Terry Mackner, GFW in West Fargo, Michael Pink at Dick's Lounge, Nick Fine at Unwinded, and Jim White at the Roundup Saloon. Front Street, Vinyl and Juno on Thursday. Open mic night with Travis Nero.
Neros!
Monday the 14th. I was just there this Monday. It was a good one. Cellar, they got open mic. Markway Belcher.
Yep, and that's open mic for stand-ups. So, want to work your 2 minutes out?
Right.
And you go. That's happening right now as well.
Patrol Lounge, Bluegrass Jam. That's a fun jam. I go to those. Specs, Quick 56.
Ricky!
Friday, Saturday, 11 to 12. M&J Saloon, Jackson 3.
There you go.
Friday and Saturday, 11 to 12. There. Shelter 42 Hotel, Kathy Brecky, 42nd Street Jazz Band.
The next Jonk is supposed to be there as well, I believe.
Nice.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I saw. So
That is a good lineup.
yes.
And we got around.
And there we go for the weekly report. So thanks, Peter.
You got it.
We're putting all that out. So cool. So basically, we got to ask you one question that is something that you learned along the road here when you started recording and everything else that would help out someone who's just getting started. What would be one word of wisdom? What's that pearl of wisdom?
It's like the cheesiest thing ever,
Yeah,
but like just go
cheesy's
for
good.
it, kind of thing. Like just go for it and like don't be afraid of it, and it's okay if it's crap. Like I know it
That's
sounds
exactly it, though. You're exactly
Exactly.
right. Yeah, you just got to step in the ring, and then if you get run over, so what? Stand back up and do it again.
crazy. Exactly.
Just try to do it some way different.
Yeah.
So excellent. Are you ready for a little bit of juvenile destruction?
Let's do it.
Oh man, we gotta do this. This week's Off the Roof. Well, it's recycled.
Go.
I'll explain this at the end. Rachel's like, what?
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in.
That was perfect aim too. You're hired. So I usually have to explain this to everyone else is that this is the house I grew up in, bought it from my dad a million years ago, blah, blah, blah. But we'd have the raging parties go on, and inevitably someone would get up on the roof, and we'd be throwing just random electronics off, just watch it explode in the driveway. So this is just my way of keeping that tradition alive. You know, so I just make stupid little 60-second videos of us smashing random stuff off the roof. But we had a couple of remods we had to do, so the driveway was taken up for a while, and then it got cold, and I didn't have any help, so I haven't got anything new smashed yet. But I do have a pumpkin that's waiting right outside.
Oh, nice.
And
Would you like multiple pumpkins?
oh, maybe so.
Ooh.
So if you have anything for off the roof, yeah, throw it in my driveway, throw it in my yard, whatever else, or just call or get a hold of us, and we'll come pick it up and smash it for you. Put it on the YouTubes and all that other fun stuff. So that's how that's going. That's why that's there, and I just think it's fun. So that's Off the Roof. So we got last remarks from Rachel. Where are you going to be next, and where can they get a hold of you and all the other fun stuff?
Well, my social media, Rachel Meyer Music, Instagram, Facebook, like, I don't know. That's
All that. Yep, and links
Yep,
are down
all
below for all that stuff. So
yeah, and then
and the
The
link
next-
tree. I need to get us a link tree. I don't know why we don't have one.
they're super easy to understand.
Exactly. Everyone that's been coming in lately is all I has this link tree, and I'm just like, well, I should just do that.
Mhm.
Nope. I never
And
think of it.
I guess my next scheduled gig is January 6th at Willie T's in Alexandria.
Little tease.
Yeah.
That should be a fun one.
It's a fun one. I
Yeah.
played there in September, and all my family came out and my grandparents and everything, so that was super fun.
There you go. So this one we kind of like still in the kind of the Christmas realm too. So
Sure.
sure, Or
Sure.
you don't care that much about that part. All right.
Yeah. I don't do Christmas unless it's on the piano.
Ah,
That's the only thing.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Another thing. And you can find us on the Tiki Taks and Instagrams and all the other fun stuff at Uptown Band Fargo or Uptown Tonight Podcast. You can also get a hold of us at Uptown Tonight Podcast at Gmail or uptownbandfargo.com. That's Uptown. We're a band and we're in Fargo.com. That's how you can remember all that. And I'll give you all of our dates and or podcasting and all the other fun stuff that's be going on. This weekend we're at Crooks in Crookston. So if you're in the Crookston area, come on, stop on out. It'll be a good time. So remember, if your drummer has more charisma than your front man, band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time.
It's just a little baby turtle. Look at him go.